First off, let me just say, before you say it and before you think it, that I know I'm fat. I know I'm fat. I let it go too far. I let it go too far. I saw the trend going this way. I rode with it. I allowed it to go too far. And it snowballed and became a thing. And then I blame it on the fact that I quit smoking Black and Miles. And everybody knows when you quit smoking, you have to replace that stimulation. That, not quite boredom, but being bored eating, all that played a part in it. And I know that I did too much. I let it go too far, and that's on me. I let it go too far, and that's on me. And I know that I shouldn't have let that happen. But no, there are no buts. I'm 20 pounds overweight. I came in at 214.8 today, and I was happy for that. I was happy for 214.8 after my walk. And that number should be like 195. That number should be like 195. Let's just be honest about it. That number should be 195. That's all I got to say. I mean, that's not all I got to say, but I paused it to do this. I wanted to move this camera and put in my blockers because I got my work computer running. Yeah, you can see my fatness. I let it go too far. I let it go too far. Now I'm 20 pounds overweight, and I can feel it. Oh, this moved. This changed now that I moved the monitor. And let me bring this down some to about right there. How about that? Is that okay? Not quite what I was. Well, I guess I can. Well, if I go like this, that brings me down. I can bring me up. Okay. Or bring me up. Bring me up. How about that? Still don't like that. I don't like that angle, but we'll fix it later. I don't like the weight gain. I really don't. I don't like the weight gain. Can I take my blood pressure with this long sleeve on? Can I take my blood pressure with this long sleeve on? Let's see. It's going to be high. I let that go too. It's going to be high because I let that go too. Well, today I was reminded by trombonist, I believe, Elizabeth Lee, that Mr. Lonnie Marshall is playing today on Thursdays at Rosalind's Ethiopian restaurant, the place where we did Funky Fridays, which created a whole culture out here in Los Angeles. Mr. Marshall is performing in his sets of music at Ethiopia 134 over 102. Yeah, see, I even let that go. I even let that go. That's too much. I know it's, and I say it's the season from Halloween to Valentine's Day, basically. But I need to get back on it. Look at me. Look at me. Look at that. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. My blood pressure is like through the roof. Well, not quite through the roof, but But tonight I'm gonna try to go to. You can see I'm kind of sluggish and draggish. And I'm not really sluggish and draggish. I'm just kind of wading in it. I'm definitely wading in the little. I'm still kind of not want to wake up. Kind of want to stay in that. 132 of 89. Better than I thought. I still kind of want to stay in that little dreary kind of, I could probably very easily call off work and eat too much and put the weight back on and just go back into that place, right? See, I could definitely go back into that place, but then I'll be back into the same place where I'm talking about now, up 215 pounds, up 20 pounds. My clothes are fitting differently. I can't put my doggone phone in my front pocket no more. I got to carry my phone in my back pocket. 135 over 96. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's better. It's getting better. I can't put my phone in my front pocket. I can carry my phone in my back pocket, and I'll be like, now I see why them girls be carrying their phone in their back pocket and their pants be so tight. And I'm just kind of, I got my steps in today. I felt good. I've been getting my steps in. At least I've been doing that. But then I've been coming home and eating. Ate a lot yesterday. Had one of the best salads I've ever had in my life. And the thing behind that is, whether or not it was the best salad I had in my life, it felt like at that moment. For those few moments during that time, and this was pre-euphoria, 131 over 97. I don't think I quite made it to a food euphoria state, but while I was eating it, this was like the best salad I have ever had. It was just good. It was probably because of the salt content. It was probably because of the feta cheese and the buffalo chicken pieces and bacon pieces or whatever, and cheese, whatever was in it. It was definitely probably a salt thing that I was just loving, with the kale and the green vegetable-y stuff that made it the salad a salad. It was hitting. It was just hitting. It was just hitting. And yesterday or the day, was it yesterday, the day before yesterday, we got our performance reports for December. I was very pleased with my report. In fact, I was so pleased that I didn't believe it. 135 over 100. I was so pleased with it, I didn't believe it. I mean, I was literally perfect on a couple of criteria. And I knew I did good. I knew I stayed focused. But I didn't think I had did that good and that focused. But, I guess I did. And, I came in top performer in my group, where last few months I was at 79%, and like just below the cut badge, just below that top group, I was like top group was 80, I was at 79. And it made me mad. First month it made me mad, and second month it made me mad. But as my mother was saying, and as I knew I was traveling and doing stuff. Let's just be real. I was traveling and doing stuff. My head was all over the place. I'm back and forth across the country. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It takes its toll. And maybe for the last month or so, I've been, more home, more focused. I guess you could say that. That's probably true. That's probably true. You could probably say that. That is very probably true. That I've been more focused at home, able to focus on work. But today I'm work 12-6. Six hours is the sweet spot, because you work 6 hours, you don't have to take a lunch. Anything over after 6 hours, you have to take a lunch. And I only have to use 1.5 hours PTO, which is nothing. 1.5 hours PTO is nothing. That's just non-existent. That's just anytime. And to get off an hour and a half early, it feels like it's a big deal. It feels like it's a big thing, It does. Can you see the difference when I switch back? When I switch back to that, well, see how it jumps? See how it's like playing? I wonder if I should tell it not to do that. See, it did it again. See, now watch. I'm gonna switch cameras from here. I'm gonna move over here and cut this on. See how? Did you see that jump? Did you see that jump? Maybe I can go in there and change something. Hold on. What I did was I told it to deactivate it when not showing. So let's see what happens now when I switch back. Oh, wow. Look at this. Wow, that cut off completely and did it. All right, we're going to switch now. We're going to stay right here. I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to lean over. I'm going to go back. Oh, forget that deactivate. See how to deactivate? I don't know if you saw that. But on the deactivated, it was like a completely blank screen. So I'm gonna sit here, switch, go over here like this. See that? I don't know if you're seeing that blank part, are you? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not. And I could check and see. Anyhow, I want to have the audio sound. I adjusted the audio. Using the wireless, my new wireless microphone. Blah, 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 blah. Lonnie Marshall tonight. Hopefully I'll just eat my breakfast, my Italian sausage, cottage cheese, and grits, and not eat anything and eat Ethiopian food tonight, which I'm, not a big fan of. So I'm thinking I won't eat a lot of it. Though when I get home, I'll probably have cookies and stuff. And then Friday tomorrow, George Clinton gets a star in the Walk of Fame. And I was thinking about going to a commentary about that, but I don't know if I want to, because I remember I was there. I was there. I was during that time when the focus went from Parliament Funkadelic to George Clinton. And I remember there was talk and discussion, and I wouldn't quite say controversy, but, the discussion was there. I think we were online. We were definitely online in that discussion. It's not like we weren't online as thick as we are today, nowadays. But, there was some discussion, about it going basically from Parliament Funkadelic to George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic, and George Clinton. It might have been to George Clinton, because they wanted to have one focal point. They didn't want to, I understand that, behind marketing and how all that goes, instead of the whole band to have one face, one central figure. And it's a lot easier from a media and marketing standpoint, interviews, the whole thing. And, Parliament Funkadelic is where the fame came from. And that was, a lot of people agree that was Bootsy, Mr. William Collins, Mr. Bernie Worrell. The genius behind that is loosely accredited to Mr. William Collins, Mr. Bernie Worrell, and Mr. Clinton. And of course, Mr. Gary Scheider was in there. There's a lot of people contributed to it. But the bulk of the success came from those Parliament Funkadelic records. And George Clinton came out with Atomic Dog. That was a mega hit. But if you look back, what made the music, what made the man George Clinton was the Parliament Funkadelic music. See, I don't even want to have this discussion. But either way, I'm just saying I was back then, because we remember before we just remember before it was George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. It was just Parliament Funkadelic. In fact, it was to the point, it was like, which one is George Clinton? Look at me. Oh my God. I know I'm terrible. Oh my God. In fact, it was even to the point, even in the records, it's like nobody knew, did not know who George Clinton was. In fact, somebody at the last concert asked me, which one is George Clinton? Literally. We just call him our big brother. I know many of y'all looking for some rainbow colored da 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 da. I wonder how much of the band coming out tomorrow for George Clinton's Walk of Fame star thing. And then NAMM is next week, so I wonder, are they staying there? Who's staying? Who's going to NAMM? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? I'm not going to NAMM. I'm just not, I just don't feel it. I mean, I went a few times. I've seen it a few times, but I wasn't impressed. And you got to go through a lot. You got to take days off and all that, and I really wasn't impressed. Anyhow, I mean, I was impressed, but I'm like, I got to take days off, and there's money and travel, and it was good seeing the Steinberg people for Cubase, But we'll go to, so all right, I gotta get reclock in. That's how I feel.